Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yatha Parakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timaranda Shyagananshana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhishtam Supurakam Guruganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastaveda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Abhidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premna Vibija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchandabaranam Balarka Chelan Shitam Sandrananda Punam Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Mandetam Shubharam Marega Sharanam Nyashishwara Shridaram Manshakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're reading from Garga Samhita, Sri Garga Samhita by Sri Garga Muni, with translation by Kushakratha Prabhu. And this is Goloka-khanda, the first canto, in chapter 16. Description of Sri Radhika's wedding. Sri Narada said, herding the cows and holding his infant son in his arms, Nanda went to Bandiravan, which trembled with the breezes coming from the Yamuna shore. At that time, by Krishna's desire, the sky became filled with clouds, and a strong wind fearfully moved the new tamal and kadamba twigs and made them fall. When a great and blinding darkness came, and the frightened infant in his arms cried, Nanda became afraid. Clutching his boy, he took shelter of Lord Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then, as an effulgence greater than millions of suns converged on him from all directions, Nanda Maharaj, the king of the nine Nandas, saw Vrishabhanu's daughter Radha, who was fair and splendid as millions of moons, dressed in blue garments, decorated with anklets and ankle bells that tinkled sweetly, who wore tinkling bracelets and a tinkling belt, who was splendid with armlets, rings, and a necklace, and who was opulent with a nose pearl, anklets, a necklace of jewels and earrings. Overwhelmed by her effulgence, Nanda bowed down and with folded hands said, he is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you, O Radha, are his first beloved. I know this secret from the mouth of Garga Muni. O Radha, please take your Lord from my arms. Now that the clouds have frightened him, please take him home. As if I were a person controlled by the modes of material nature, I say that he is frightened. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Please protect me. You are Krishna's most dear one. You are beyond the modes of material nature. Hearing these words, Sri Radha, who was splendid as a host of moons, spoke to the king of the Gopas. Sri Radha said, O noble-hearted one, ask for a benediction, for anything you wish, for anything impossible for anyone to attain. I am pleased by your sincere devotion. O Nanda, it is very difficult for anyone to see me. Sri Nanda said, if you are pleased, then let me have firm devotion for the lotus feet of you both, and let me have devotion for your devotees, and let me have their association. Let me have this millennium after millennium. Sri Narada said, saying, so be it. With both hands, Radha took Lord Hari from Nanda's arms. When Vraja's king Nanda offered his obeisances and left, she went to Bandirvan forest. Then the spiritual ground came from the realm of Goloka. In a moment, everything was golden and studded with rubies and many other jewels. Vrindavan forest manifested a splendid transcendental form with beautiful desired trees, and the Yamuna shore had jewel steps and golden palaces. Govardhan was made of jewels and had glistening golden peaks everywhere, maddened bees and caves beautiful with swiftly flowing streams. O king, it was like a great, gigantic elephant. Then the forest grove assumed its real form with many assembly houses, courtyards, splendid pavilions, bumblebees, and the cooing of peacocks, paravatas, and cuckoos. It was filled with the sweetness of spring. It was filled with roofs of gold and jewels, splendid with fluttering flags, and anointed with beautiful blossoming lake-growing golden lotuses licked by swarms of black bees. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead became a teenage youth, splendid as a dark cloud, dressed in yellow garments, decorated with the Kaustuba gem, holding a flute, and more enchanting than a great host of Kamadevas. Smiling, Lord Hari took his beloved by the arm, and with the wedding paraphernalia went to the wedding pavilion, which was decorated with mekalas, kusha grass, water pots, and many other things. Embracing and sweetly conversing on a beautiful throne, they shone like a splendid lightning flash in a dark cloud in the sky. Then Lord Brahma, the best of the demigods, came from the sky, bowing down before Lord Krishna with folded hands. He eloquently and sweetly spoke. Sri Brahma said, I take shelter of you, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chandra, without beginning, the beginning of everything, affectionate to your devotees, the master of countless universes, greater than the greatest, and the husband of Radha. You are the playful king of Goloka, and she is your playful companion. When you are the king of Vaikuntha, she, the daughter of Rishabhanu, is goddess Lakshmi. When in this world you are Ramachandra, she is Janaka's daughter Sita. When you are Lord Hari, she is Kamala. When you are Yajnavatar, she is Sri Dakshina, the best of wives. When you are Nrsimha, she is Rama. When you are Nara's friend, Narayan Rishi, she becomes goddess Shanti and follows you like a shadow. When you are Brahma, she is Prakriti. When you are time, the wise know that she is Pradhana. When you are the Mahat Tattva from which the universes have sprouted, Radha is the potency Maya filled with the three modes. When you become the four things in the heart, she becomes the power of understanding something from a hint. When you become the universal form, which includes everything, she becomes the earth. The four things in the heart are the heart, mind, intelligence, and false ego. I take shelter of you, who are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, greater than the greatest, the master of Goloka-khanda, and who now appears as a fair and a dark splendor. A person who regularly recites these prayers describing the divine couple will go to the transcendental abode of Goloka. Even in this world, he will be endowed with handsomeness, opulence, and many perfections. Greater than the greatest and perfect for each other, you are already a loving husband and wife. Still following the ways of this world, I will now perform your wedding ceremony. Sri Narada said, Brahma then rose, ignited the sacred fire, and performed the Vedic wedding ceremony of the divine couple. Brahma performed the wedding ceremony of Lord Hari and Sri Radhika. He had them circumambulate the sacred fire and bow down before it. Then Brahma, the knower of the Vedas, recited the 7 mantras. Placing Sri Radhika's hand on Lord Hari's chest and Lord Hari's hand on Sri Radhika's back, Brahma recited many mantras. With both hands, Sri Radha placed on Lord Krishna's neck a lotus garland filled with the humming of bees. With both hands, Lord Hari placed on Sri Radha's neck a similar garland. Then Brahma had them bow down before the sacred fire. Placing the silent divine couple on 2 thrones with folded hands, Brahma recited 5 mantras. Then, as the father gives away his daughter, Brahma gave away Sri Radha. O king, the demigods showered flowers, and the demigoddesses danced with the Vidyadharis. The Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and Kinnaras sang auspicious songs glorifying Lord Krishna. And again, the great demigods in heaven sounded many mridangas, venas, murus, yashtis, venus, shankas, anakas, and talakas, calling out, "Glory!" They made an auspicious sound. When Lord Hari said to Brahma, "Please ask whatever you wish as dakshin," Brahma replied, "O Lord, as dakshin, please give me devotion for your lotus feet." When Lord Hari said, "So be it," Brahma again and again placed his head at the beautiful and auspicious lotus feet of Lord Hari and Sri Radhika. Thereafter, happy and humbly bowing down, Brahma departed for his own abode. Then, in the forest groves, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, ate 4 kinds of delicious divine food his beloved offered, and Sri Radha chewed betel nuts offered by Krishna. Taking his beloved's hand, Lord Hari walked on the forest grove, talking sweetly as he gazed at the beautiful Yamuna, Vrindavan forest, and the many flowering vines he walked. Krishna laughed and disappeared in a grove of beautiful flowering vines. Seeing him hiding behind a tree, Radha went up to him and grasped his yellow garment. Fleeing from Lord Hari's lotus hand, her feet thumping against the ground, she disappeared in a forest by the Jamuna, but was pulled out again by Lord Hari's hand. As a tamal tree with a vine of golden flowers, as a dark cloud with a lightning flash, and as a dark mountain with a mine of Nikasha stones, so Lord Hari was with beautiful Sri Radha. In the beautiful, secluded Rasa dance arena, Lord Hari enjoyed the nectar of the Rasa dance with Sri Radha. Lord Hari, the transcendental master of amorous pastimes, walked in Vrindavan forest, filled with flowering vines and the sounds of peacocks and bees. A Supreme Lord, Krishna Hari, danced with Sri Radha in the caves of Govardhan Hill, by the lakes and the swiftly moving streams, rapids and waterfalls, and among the splendid flowering vines filled with intoxicated bumblebees. When they came to the Jamuna, Krishna enjoyed a charming pastime with King Vrishabhanu's daughter. Taking the 100,000 petal lotus from Radha's hand, he suddenly dove into the Jamuna water. Laughing, Radha quickly took Lord Hari's flute stick, and yellow cloth. When Lord Hari said, give back my flute, she mocked him and said, you give back my lotus. Lord Hari, the master of the demigods, gave her the lotus. Radha gave Lord Hari the flute, stick, and yellow cloth, and they continued to enjoy pastimes by the Yamuna shore. Then in Bandiravan forest, with many flowers, beautiful jewels, and pictures drawn in red yavaka, black kajal, and many other colors, he who is the jewel of the Rajagopas beautifully decorated his beloved. As Radha was about to decorate him, Lord Krishna suddenly abandoned his teenage form and again became an infant. Lord Krishna became an infant, crawling on the ground and crying, just as Nanda had given him before. When she saw Lord Hari in this way, Radhika cried out, "O Lord Hari, why do you show this illusion to me?" As despondent Radha wept, a voice from the sky said, "O Radha, don't lament. In time your desire will be fulfilled." Hearing this, Radha took Lord Hari and quickly went to the home of Braja's queen. Giving the child to Nanda's wife, she said, "Your husband gave him to me on the path." King Nanda's wife said, "O Radha, O daughter of King Vrishabhanu, you are fortunate. When the sky was covered with clouds and my child became frightened in the forest, you protected him." After she was greatly honored and her transcendental virtues praised, Sri Vrishabhanu's happy daughter, taking permission from Mother Yashoda, slowly returned to her own home. Sins will never touch those who read silently, or recite aloud this auspicious and confidential narration of the wedding of Sri Radha. Okay. So that's the end of chapter 16, which is entitled Description of Sri Radhika's Wedding.